All right. Uh, Today we're going to look at another small tip, but possibly actually very important tip. A lot of times when you're roll casting, or if the wind, in this case, the wind is blowing in this direction, you start casting big flies, your fly can come and hit you in the head. Now, sometimes they'll tell you turn to the back and then cast this way. Okay, which is fine. That's perfectly okay. I think it's just a little weird to do that. So, what I have practiced doing for a number of reasons, and we'll go through those reasons in a minute, is to work on casting over your off shoulder. A couple things will happen. The wind has changed directions. A couple things will happen at that point. Um, One is if you're a new caster, your casting will get better only because you won't be able to flop so far back. You have to stop here. Okay? So that's number one thing. The second thing that's very important is that, again, if you have a wind issue, whoa, if you have a wind issue, um, then it allows you to then cast from this side. If you're roll casting and you're casting from here and eventually your fly ends up over on this side, you can't roll cast in this direction. So being able to roll cast over this shoulder is also good. And finally, the last reason is I've found, and I don't know if other people have, it'd be nice to hear your comments if this is the case, is a lot of people say, I can cast, I'm casting pretty straight. Everything seems to be working out okay, but I'm just not accurate. I just can't aim well. Well, I found that if I cast over my shoulder, if you see what's happening when you're over here and you're casting, the cast is out here. So you're kind of aiming from the side. If you cast over this shoulder, your rod is kind of like zoomed right in the center of your face. And you sort of can cast in a much more, you can aim better. And I find my accuracy is much better if I'm casting over this shoulder than this way. I mean, I'm pretty accurate this way at this point. But if you're a newbie, this might be the key to casting. If you really need to get your fly in exactly the right spot, this might be the key to doing it. Also, if this just becomes a regular habit, you'll be able to switch back and forth without much problem at all and deal with all those other issues that I talked about: wind direction, current, picking up your line. Sometimes if your line is way down there, you can pick up your line here and then cast here. See, so it's a handy skill to learn, is casting over that other shoulder. There's also a couple of specialty casts that also help that way. There's what's called a negative curve cast, and we can talk about that another time. So I hope that helped a little bit. Again, do all that subscribing and stuff. I'd really like to get to 1,000 subscribers. That'd be pretty cool. So we'll see ya. I'm going to